Hi again, pile number 3. Thank you for coming over to my YouTube channel to get some further insight on this love connection, this situation. If you've happened to come across this by chance through YouTube, perhaps, this must be for you, and I'm just going to quickly catch up with where we are. So crystal wise, we have rhodonite. Is it rhodonite? Rhodonite or rhodonite? Rhodonite. Had to write it down because I could never remember. This crystal is associated with the heart chakra, which makes sense as today's about the love. But as I will say 10,000 times, it doesn't have to be a romantical, if that's even a word, love connection. It could be a friendship, it could be a family member, it could even be self-love. Okay, and we have angelite, which is a very spiritual stone. It's connected to your crown and third eye chakras, and it's also connected to your throat chakra because it has a lot to do with communication with the spiritual realm. So your archangels, your higher self, and spirit, the universe in general. So far, what we have is the Seven of Pentacles regarding the situation, the connection that we're looking at today for you. This is an interesting card. It generally is about you have like a path, almost like two cases, two paths in front of you. There could be more. And ultimately there's a decision you need to make, and I'm feeling that the decision is regarding this connection. And what Spirit is saying is go with the flow. The divine has a plan. So I think what they're saying so far is that I believe you probably already are a spiritual person, and you know deep down in your gut, with your intuition, through your third eye, and what you should do, which path you should take, what is the best option for you. Alternatively, they could be suggesting maybe you look further within and do maybe some meditating on those chakras with your try and get more connected with your higher self, with the spiritual realm, to get the answers. And we've also I've paired all the piles with a coloured candle. Yours is orange, and this candle represents confidence, creativity and freedom. So that's quite interesting. So we're going to get some more cards. I'm hoping you, no offense to pile 2, but I'm hoping you're not going to be like pile 2 and throw like so many cards at me. But whatever happens, happens. The messages have to come out one way or another. So let's see. Just that reading was a long one and I'm tired, but I'm here for you guys. I will do this. So Spirit, can I have some more cards please regarding pile 3's love connection, so we can establish a bit more. Okay, you can't throw that many at me. I will take the 9 of Swords because that was facing, but I'm not taking the rest because that's just insane. So Spirit, can I please have 2 more cards regarding pile 3's love situation, love connection that we're looking at today. Pile 3, Spirit, can I please have 2 more cards? Oh my god, you can't throw this many at me. You're going to be like pile 3, pile 2 guys. I can just see it. Spirit, your spirit guide, Spirit has a lot to say to you guys, so which is awesome. Spirit, can I just have 2 cards please regarding the love connection, the situation we're looking at today for pile 3? 2 more cards please. That's all I'm asking for. 2 cards. Okay, thank you. Oh, and you actually listened to me. Amazing. So we have, sorry, I had an itch. We have the Nine of Swords, we have the Eight of Wands, and we have the Nine of Pentacles. So the numbers to me are quite significant. We have 2 9s, a 7 and an 8, so that's quite interesting. That's the first thing I'm picking up here. Okay, again I'm getting that earth energy again coming through, which is quite interesting. Again, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. We could also be looking at maybe with the numbers the months, so we could be looking at July, so we could possibly have some Leo or Cancer here. I'm thinking more Leo, with it being the Wands, which is associated with fire. And with the 9, I'm feeling September, so I'm thinking Virgo / Libra. So just so you are aware of that. So let me have a feel for what the situation is. So I'm going to start with the 9 of Pentacles. So the 9 of Pentacles is quite a calm card. It tends to represent somebody who is quite content, quite happy in their life, in their skin. They're doing their thing, all is good. And I feel this might be you, but bear with me. Then we have the 8 of Wands, which I'm kind of wanting to put over here. So the 8 of Wands is represented, the one's represented by fire. So we could be looking at Aries, Leo, Sagittarian energy here. And it's like a card of action. So it's like moving on, moving forward. And then the 9 of Swords is basically when you're a lot in your head. So I could be reading this wrong, so I do apologise if that is the case, if it's another way around, but I feel you're in a situation right now where you're very happy, you're quite content, things are good, and the other person in this relationship, again, it doesn't have to be romantic, they are wanting more, they're wanting to move forward. So if it is kind of like, if it is a romantic relationship, I feel it's more something that's more casual. So perhaps a friends with benefits situation, or you just dating. It's quite casual, and you're quite happy with that. You're happy with that. But the other person wants more. And with this 9 of Swords, I feel you are very much in your head about this. And that's where the 7 of Pentacles comes in. That's the decision you have to make. You're struggling to make that decision whether you want to carry on doing you, or whether you want to take things further with this person. So if it isn't romantic, if it's a friendship, for example, I'm not saying your friends coming on to you or anything. Maybe they are, I don't know. But what I think is that they're wanting to do something. So it could be like maybe going on holiday with you, or maybe going into business together, or moving in together, so something like that. And you're very much a person who likes their own space. You're quite content doing you, and you're struggling because I think maybe you're feeling, if I don't go down the path with this person, you're going to lose the person, and you obviously don't want that. But at the same time, it's really taking you out of your comfort zone, which I feel is why this stone was called to me, the rhodonite, because this is connected with your heart chakra. And I think what Spirit is trying to say here is to listen to your heart. I feel you're someone who is quite spiritually awakened, and you do have a good connection with your higher self in the spiritual realm, which is why I felt inclined to see, I'm getting discombobulated now, like you guys. I felt inclined to pair the Angelite with your deck with this reading. But I think what Spirit is trying to say is you need to connect more with your heart chakra. You need to go with the flow. You need to get out of your head. Listen to your heart a bit more. So I'm going to get some more advice cards here to see whether there's some more. I might have to throw you know what, actually, sorry, Spirit's telling me I need to get some more cards from the deck, so here we go. So Spirit, can I have some more cards? Oh, there they go. Oh my god, Pentacles, Pentacles, Pentacles. Yeah, you're definitely this person. I could be wrong, you could be the other one, but I really think you're this person. I'm going to put all my pentacles. No, I don't want to put all my pentacles together. I'm going to leave them like this. So we now have the Four of Pentacles and the Eight of Pentacles. And again, we've got the 8. So we've got 2 9s and 2 8s, which is quite interesting. I don't know whether those numbers mean anything to you. We could be looking at, as I mentioned, September, August. So we're looking at potentially Leo, Virgo, Libra energies. But with the Pentacles, I'm feeling it's more earth energy. So I'm feeling it's quite possibly Virgo. I'm not saying necessarily you are a Virgo or the other person is. You could have just Virgo, or they could have Virgo within them, but I'm just getting a lot of Virgo energy from this. Right, so let's try and get you some, let's get some more information for you. So, as obviously with the Pentacles is represented by coins, it doesn't always necessarily mean finances, but I feel because Spirit is throwing so many of them at me, that is part of what this is. I feel that is part of your reservations in moving forward with this person. I feel perhaps you are maybe, I'm not sure whether it's a case of maybe you might be self-employed and your business is doing really, really well, and this person might be maybe your business partner, and they're wanting to expand the business further, and that's why you have reservations, because you're concerned that it may not pay off financially, that you might not get your money back, that it might not be as successful if it becomes a bigger thing than what it already is, if it's something smaller. I'm kind of getting that vibe. I'm also feeling that perhaps, again, it doesn't have to necessarily mean with in a romantic sense, but I feel that if it's a matter of maybe you moving in with somebody, perhaps, or buying a property together or something like that, I feel you don't want to part with your money. I'm not saying you're frugal or anything like that. I'm not throwing any shade at you there, I promise. I'm just kind of telling you what I'm getting here. And again, it's a similar situation. I think maybe you are somebody that is very careful with their money, and who is very grounded, that's why we're getting so much earth energy here as well. I feel you are someone who is very much a structured type of person. And I feel this other person that's involved is literally the opposite in a lot of ways. I feel that's what you love about them. That is what you love about them, that they're so much more of a free spirit than yourself. It could be the other way around, but I am very much feeling you're this person. And it does frighten you, but Spirit is telling you, go with the flow for once. Don't get caught up in your head so much with it. Follow your heart. That's the messages I'm getting with this at the moment. So I'm going to get some oracle cards with some messages from Spirit to see whether what other kind of advice and guidance they have regarding this situation, this connection. So Spirit, can I have some advice, some guidance for pile number 3 and this connection, this love connection of some description? Spirit, have some more advice for pile 3. Okay. Can I have some more advice for pile 3? Okay, this card keeps throwing itself at me. I don't feel that this is very helpful, so I'm going to ask for some more. Spirit, can I please have some further advice and guidance for Spirit? Part number 3. What do you want to say to them? What do they need to know? What would you like to tell them? What would you like to say? What do they need to know? Okay. So, I'll come to those in a second. So, originally they threw at me. Build a force field, protect yourself, protection. And they also gave me be true, there is beauty in authenticity. So the reason why I asked for further cards is because I just felt that this wasn't really giving you more information on what they'd already told us. Because I feel it's kind of like they're saying, follow your heart, be authentic, be true to yourself, and be honest with this person. You need to have a good conversation with them. Maybe that's why this came out, because it's to do with the throat chakra as well and communication. So I think maybe that's something, maybe you need to have a good conversation with this person or this person. And about how you're feeling about your reservations, because I feel if you just basically turn around and say no, or I don't want this, I'm not saying it's going to end the relationship. I'm not saying that at all. It could, but I'm not saying that. In all honesty, in my opinion, that is not what I'm seeing. But what I'm seeing is that if you're blatantly, if you just go ahead and just say no without having a conversation with them about the pros and cons, which I feel this to me, with the two things, and one being black, one being what, all these black, but you know what I mean. The pros and cons, I feel they're not going to understand because they're so excited. They're you know, rah, and maybe they're not quite as practical as you, which is also partly why you have reservations regarding this. I do strongly feel you need to communicate with them more about how you're feeling. Be true to yourself. There is beauty in authenticity. They're not going to run away. They're going to, I mean, they might need some time to kind of contemplate things, and after what you've said, especially if you haven't been very authentic with them, and I'm not saying that is the case at all, but I know sometimes it's easier, especially when someone is really excited and it's someone that you love, someone you care about, even if you're not, it is hard sometimes to kind of be like, well, actually I don't want to do this, because you don't want to upset them, you don't want to hurt their feelings. But I feel, I'm not saying that is the case, as I said, but I think for some of you that might be the case. But I feel you need to have a good conversation with them about this and be honest with them. And with the protection, build a force field, protect yourself. I'm feeling what Spirit is trying to say here. They're not saying don't do it. But I think at the same time, what they're saying in relation with the authenticity coming out with this card is, it's important that you are true to yourself and that you protect yourself, and that you are sensible with your finances to a degree, because obviously you've clearly worked very hard for what you have. It might not be finance, it might be the relationship itself. You might have worked very hard for this, or to get to the status you are in your work or something. I just really feel that this is something to do with money in some way, shape or form, but I could be wrong, but that's what I'm feeling, especially because there's just so many pentacles, so many. And I feel you do need to be sensible. I mean, it could be, I don't know why, but I'm just getting, I've just had come through to me like if this is some kind of maybe potential love connection, and it could maybe be even something as serious as like marriage or something, and perhaps you do have a lot of wealth in comparison to them, and part of your reservation maybe that might be why they are with you, or it could be that you're scared if it does go wrong, if it does end, they're going to take a lot of what they're going to take essentially 50% of what you've worked for. That could partly be what it is. I'm not saying it is, but that just came through, so that might resonate with some of you there. I'm not sure, but I think Spirit is saying be true to yourself and go with the flow, but at the same time you do still need to keep your logical head on, as much as they're saying, go with your heart, go with your gut, blah, 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 I think what they're saying is you do need to be wary. I feel that maybe this is more related to this person. So I think some of you may be this person. And I think what they're trying to tell you is not to run away with yourself with this relationship, with this business venture, this whatever it is. I think maybe what they're saying is you need to maybe ultimately be a bit more like the other person and protect yourself, perhaps even from yourself. Although I don't think that is what they're saying. I don't know why I said that. I feel what they're trying to say is that you need as much as going, like I said, as much going with the flow and following your heart is great and is so important and you should do. And being true to yourself, you do still need to have your head on your shoulders. You do still need to protect yourself and then and be sensible. So the other cards that came out were courage and you're safe. Spirit is looking out for you. And with courage it says forge, oh God, forge ahead boldly. So I think what Spirit is saying with those is that you do need to be brave and potentially have this conversation with the person. And if you feel in your heart, you feel in your gut that going ahead with this, whatever it might be, is the right thing for you to do, then be brave and go with it. But still be sensible. And also, you know, if in your heart and in your gut you feel it isn't, then be brave and speak up, speak your truth, be authentic, not just to the other person, but to yourself. And I feel this is a really beautiful message. You're safe, Spirit is looking out for you, which links quite nicely with this. I think some of you, as I said, I feel, sorry, I'm moving around a lot. I feel a lot of you are spiritually awakened. You are connected to Spirit in some way, shape or form. And I feel you have consulted them on this. And if you're anything like me, you will have done it a lot because you really want that confirmation. You really want it. And what Spirit's saying is, we've told you. Trust us. Have courage. Go with what we've told you. That's that. Yeah. I'm going to get some affirmation cards for you here on things that Spirit wants to remind you of. Why you? Thank you. Spirit, what do pile 3 need to be reminded of? What affirmations do they need to be reminded of? What things do they need to hear, need to be aware of? Okay. So first you've got here is first quarter, my intentions are powerful. Spirit, what other affirmations do we need to give to pile number 3 regarding this situation to try and help them? affirmations do we need to remind the guys on pile 3? What do we need to remind pile 3? What do they need to hear? What do they need to be aware of? First quarter. In the first quarter, I have the courage to keep going. And I'm going to try and, I want to pull you guys some more. Okay, you wanted to come out, so you can come out as well. Spirit, can I have one more affirmation for pile number 3? What do they need to hear? What do they need to be reminded of? Spirit, can I have one more card, please? Okay, I'm going to go with you. Okay, so we also have, oh my god, another first quarter. You got 3. There's only 3 in this entire deck, and you got all 3. And then you also got a third quarter. I have the willpower to resist what is not right for me. The universe is listening. I choose my thoughts wisely. I have the courage to keep going, and my intentions are powerful. What's also jumped out at me, actually there's 2 things that's jumped out at me with this actually. 3, wow, okay. So let me just stop getting ahead of myself here. So obviously we have a quarter, which, as we know, 4 quarters makes a whole, which is quite interesting. So it could be, as cheesy as I know this is going to say, but I'm saying it because that's what's coming through. And this message isn't for everybody, so if it resonates, it does. If it doesn't, it doesn't. But what Spirit wants me to say is, you are complete, you are whole. You don't need another person to make you whole. Take that what you will, that's what they wanted me to tell you. The other things that I noticed was how these 2 are kind of like solid and white, and then these 2 are black and almost like hollow. That's just how I see them anyway, but that, I just wanted to point that out. So God, you've just like pile 2, all these damn cards. So where should I start? Okay, I'm going to start with this one. First quarter. The universe is listening. I choose my thoughts wisely. So I feel that this is for people, for those of you that are more spiritually aware. I feel you understand the power of manifestation and how your thoughts ultimately shape your reality. And I feel for some of you, that's partly what this 9 of Swords energy is about. I feel you're getting too much in your head, and you're like, oh, I can't think negative thoughts, or I can't think that, I can't, oh no, now I'm going to make this happen. And it isn't that black and white. It doesn't work like that. We all have negative thoughts and positive thoughts, and sometimes they just randomly pop into our heads. Is it Sadhguru? Guru Sad says it's mental diarrhea, which makes me laugh, but it's true. It's just mental diarrhea. It's just crap. Don't worry about it. Be like, yeah, thank you, move on. Go with the flow. Let it go. Go with the flow. Spirit is looking out for you. Spirit has your back. Spirit always knows what's best for you. Spirit always wants what's best for you, wants what you want, wants you to be happy. Spirit loves you so much, so much. And I feel That's a massive part of this message. I feel a lot of you are the... You need to breathe. I just really... I feel you guys really need to breathe. It's making me really feel like I need to breathe, because I'm feeling really stressed with this. So God knows how you guys must be feeling. That's the energy that I'm getting, that's coming through, and I'm... Yeah. What was the other ones here? I have the willpower to resist what is not right for me. So that was what I was saying. If you don't feel that this situation, this relationship, this venture, this whatever it is with this person, as I said, some of you might be this person, but I strongly feel you more in the Pentacles side of things, but whichever way around it is, you don't have to do it. Don't be afraid. Find the courage to be true to yourself and tell this person, no, sorry, I don't feel that that's right. I don't want to do this. No one wants to upset other people. Nobody wants to hurt people. Obviously, well, I'm not going to get into that. But overall, the majority of us, we don't want to upset people. That is like, especially because this is obviously someone that does matter to you. This is obviously somebody that you do care about. And so you really don't want to upset them or hurt their feelings. And that's lovely, that's great. But I feel you can't do things that you don't want to do, that don't feel right for you, to please somebody else. If this person, and this is just me, so you feel free to completely ignore this next bit that I'm just about to say, but this is what I want to say. This is what Spirit wants me to say. If this person can't respect you for being authentic, can't respect you for being brave enough to tell them your truth, and for telling them that this isn't right for you, then fuck them. I'm sorry, that's what they wanted me to say. You know, if that is the case, then clearly they weren't that good of a person anyway, were they? And they weren't worth your time, they weren't worth your energy. Some of you that's going to resonate with, some of you that's not. That was just something that Spirit really was pushing me to come out with, so it was a bit harsh, but I'm sorry. But hey, sometimes we need to hear these things, evidently, otherwise Spirit wouldn't have told me to make me say that. What were the other ones? I have the courage to keep going. So we've got courage again. You really need to believe in yourself. If you want to stick with, is it the status quo? Is that the terminology? That's what I want to say. If you want to stick with how you are, how things are, because you're happy, then do that. If that's what you feel in your heart you should do, that's fine. Spirit's got your back. But if you feel that you want to do this, then do that. Again, go with your heart. Spirit's got your back regardless. Even if you go one way or another and it doesn't work out, that's fine. Spirit's got your back. That's fine. We all fall down. We can all get back up. And Spirit, it wants you to know that they're there for you. That they'll support you whatever you want to do. And if it works out, they're there for you and they'll be there to celebrate. If it doesn't work out, they're there to support you and pick you back up. And the other affirmation was, my intentions are powerful, which relates trying to find was it this one? Yeah, which actually was weird because look, it's the two goes with, the universe is listening, I choose my thoughts wisely. My intentions are powerful. Intentions are powerful, but I feel, excuse me, some of you are worrying too much about that you feel, you know, deep down in yourselves. I feel really inclined to pull out my intuition charm bottle. If you watch one of my earlier readings, this came out there. You need to listen to your intuition. You know what you want to do. You know deep down what you want to do. Do that. You can't do something for somebody else. You can't. It's just not, no, that's not what spirit wants. That's not what you should do. I'm not saying be selfish or hurt people, obviously, but what I'm saying is that, God, look at this mess. This is a good representation, I think, of how you guys are feeling. What was I saying? Oh, God, where was I going with this? That you know what you want to do, and you need to get out of your head so much with it. You know deep down what is right for you, and whichever, whether it's going ahead with this or not, you just need to be brave and believe and know. Remember, spirit has got your back. They're not going to lead you astray. That's not what they're here for. They're here to support you and guide you, and that's what spirit is trying to tell you to do. They have told you, they are trying to tell you. You need to listen. But yeah, I'm going to leave that there because I feel that this, I think this one's been even longer, so I do apologise. I hope that was helpful in some way, shape or form. Obviously, I can't tell you, unfortunately, what to do, especially because some of you are going to have, are supposed to go one way and some of you will want to go the other way, so I wouldn't be able to tell you anyway. But ultimately, you do what you feel is right, and you know in your heart what you should do, and spirit is here to support you whatever it is you do. That was that, yeah. But I'm gonna leave this here, pile 3. I hope that was helpful. Please leave me a comment and or a like if it was, and feel free to subscribe. I am trying to upload these at least once a week, sometimes more. You do, obviously you don't have to, just like with this situation, you don't have to go with what the other person wants to do. But yeah, you do you, boo. You do you. Much love, much peace.